Your name is Aranea Circuit. You have a variety of interests, many of which you overshare relentlessly. You are something of a talker. You are also a powerful empath, and you can ostensibly read minds. Not that you want to, however. Knowing what others are thinking of you at all times is somewhat exhausting. You can also use potent mind control, but generally speaking, you choose not to. Arresting people's free will just doesn't appeal to you. You doubt it ever will. Normally, you have a cheery disposition, but you've just been mercilessly dumped by the love of your life. As an empath, you know it was a long time coming, but you're still very sad. You refuse to give up. Your typing style is somewhat bombastic and oververbose, and your screen name is Arcane Knowledge. What will you do? Examine room. You examine your bedroom. As a blue blood on before us, you have basically lucked out. You're not high enough to have any responsibilities, but you're not low enough to be cold. You currently have a roommate, and he's around here somewhere, but you haven't seen him in a few days. He has a knack for only appearing when inconvenient. Your respite block is adorned very neatly. As roommates go, you are one of the best, do you think? In the corner is a large terrarium, in which your Lucis resides. Your computer desk is currently neat and tidy, but your Krupacoon has a nasty trail of soaper slime oozing from it. You didn't feel like making your bed this morning, after all, with all the heartbreak. Examine Lucis. Ah, your precious mother. You crouch down to examine her. There she is, spinning her web like always, happily subsisting off the troll blood you drip inside her tank. She's a little white spider about the size of your hand, and caring for her is no small chore. Requisitioning troll blood is a pain, in spite of its many versatile uses. You uncork a vial of blood and tap out a drop or three into her web. She gratefully skitters toward the morsel and slurps them up post haste. You adjust the lamps above her tank, keeping her warm inside of yourself. Yes, indeed, there's no one with a spider lucis that has it as tough as you. Mope around on the floor like a depressed ragdoll. You'd love to, really, but you've done enough of that already. It's high time to get up and do something. At the same time, you're not sure you want to venture outside. Your roommate could be lurking nearby. He's the only one that's possibly more verbose than you are. Not even you like to listen to his diatribes. You hesitantly grasp the door handle to your room, looking furtively left and right. Coast is clear. Maybe you can make some breakfast before. Bump into your roommate. Oof. You bump headlong into your roommate, who turns slowly to face you.
Aha, Aranea. I was hoping to run into you. Perhaps not quite as in such a literal fashion. I would like to believe that this was an unintentional drubbing.
You cringe. This guy. Like you said, he only shows up when you couldn't stand to be around him.
I was just going to wrangle up some breakfast, Cankry. No need to.
I need to discuss something with you, Aranea.
Cankry interrupts, and on reflex, you close your mouth. Best not to prolong his speech with interruptions.
When I last used the ablution closet we share, I couldn't help but notice that my oral skeleton scrubber was moved from the oral skeleton scrubber cup. I don't want to level any undue accusations, of course, but seeing as you're the only other denizen of this household, I'm forced to believe that you've moved it for some reason.
You mean your toothbrush?
Oh god, you shouldn't have interrupted. Cankry bristles immediately.
Not only have you laid hands on one of the devices I asked you keep sanitary, now you're using the high blood vernacular on me? I'm not sure you even realize this, Aranea, but what you just committed is referenced to in progressive circles as a mini aggression.
Cankry, please. I wasn't.
It's too late. Great job, Aranea. You've made the lecture into a full-on tirade.
Well, I appreciate that the toothbrush is probably the terminology you're familiar with. Correct me like you've just done constitutional, what might seem like innocuous rephrasing, but in reality a mini aggression. The differences between our caste should be celebrated, not hammered out, Aranea. I would have thought you understood.
You weren't correcting him, though, you bristle, knowing that if you protest, you'd just get another earful.
I'm sorry, Cankry.
That's all you can muster. It seems to pacify him, though. You try to subtly edge past, but he's not through with you yet.
Thank you, Aranea. Admitting when you were wrong is the first step on the long journey to hemo-egalitarianism. That still, however, leaves the issue of my oral skeleton scrubber.
The cup you were using was dirty. All I did was move it into a clean one.
Gregory pauses, then chuckles. It's a condescending chuckle, and it makes your blood boil a little bit.
So, you decide when the cup is my toothbrush is in is dirty now? Just because I've been cold and forced to live with you? The little mutant blood can't be trusted with the simple act to clean his own toothbrush cup? I suppose you'd like to fix a collar in my neck and feed me manually next. My apologies, oh great hot blood, for having a dirty toothbrush cup.
This is more sass than usual. Something has put him in a pissy mood. Unfortunately, you're not the one to puzzle that particular one out. In fact, that particular mystery will have to wait a good few chapters.
I'm sorry, Kangry. I won't move your oral skeleton scrubber, nor its cup again.
If you had in the first place, I wouldn't need to have had I wouldn't need to have had this discussion. Please be more mindful.
You grimace. Kegri wanders away into his room. Make some breakfast. Having a roommate sucks. Kegri was called and placed in your care last sweep, and since then he's been a headache. Technically, you're in charge of him as a blue blood. You do have to occasionally take on the more self-sufficient cold trolls, but in reality, he's just stuck with you by imperial mandate. He might be annoying, but truthfully, you do agree on a lot. For starters, neither of you are fans of the Empress. You can't wait to see Meenah ascend to the throne. If she ever bothers to. Great, now you're sad again. The sandwich you were spreading grub sauce on is now a sad witch. You take a forlorn bite. Return to your respite block and mope. No escaping it now. You return to your room and ping! No, it can't be. You rush to your computer and it is! Meenah's messaging you. You're so elated you could scream with delight. Could she be apologizing for the grave error of dumping you? No, play it cool, Surrogate. Play it cool. The conversation from Chapter 2 comes to fruition. Squeal giddily. You make a girlish squeak, pumping your fists in the air. Your hopes are officially up. What's best is since you're not able to see Meenah, you can't use your empath abilities to see her emotions, which means you can ignore the plain fact that she's just not that into you. Nice. Being a circuit rule. But still, no time to rest on those hopeful laurels. You have a job to do. Recruit players for Meenah's game. A question strikes you, one that you probably should have asked to begin with. You have no idea what kind of game it is, or when it will be played. Best file that away to ask Meenah later on. You rub your chin, mentally tallying your acquaintances. Who's someone who would be eager to play a game without having any idea for context? Kangry? Ha! You gag. You'd sooner put Pat a clown than play a game with him. Meenah? Wait, no, she's the one who asked to begin with. Wait. You've got it. You know just the person, and it might give you an advantage on the Meenah front. Message your most eager friend. Arcane Knowledge started trolling adorable Calico.
The prideful Marquise saunters into view. Holding her scepter nobly in hand, she raps politely on the Purbeast Maiden's door. Hello, Miss
A
Leeton.
nice Purbeast opened her door and says hello. Hello, Aranea! Long time no talk.
It's been too long, truly. Yulin, I miss our long-form RPs.
Me too. But I know you're busy with Cranky. Don't tell him I said that.
Not a problem. I'm not in the mood for another lecture. I usually come to you for different reasons, Mulin.
Nope.
Wait, what? You haven't even heard what I mean.
Look, Aranea, I heard all about the breakup. I know I'm good at relationship stuff, but I'm not a breakup counselor. You're gonna have to do this one on your own.
We haven't broken up. Meenah wished to take a break, and I respect her decision. I'm here for something unrelated.
I am skeptical, but intrigued.
Well, maybe I shouldn't. After all, this might be more up Latula's alley.
No! You can't just dangle a juicy mouse in front of me and then yank it away. That's no fair, Aranea. Tell me.
Would you like to play a game?
Oh, that's all? Of course, Aranea. Just let me know where and when. I love video games. I don't see many people out here in the boonies.
Wonderful. Truth be told, I expected as much. Thank you for your help.
Of course. I mean, just as long as he can play too.
Oh, you mean him? Kurlos?
Yep, we're a package deal after all.
Well, yes, I suppose two players are better than just one. I'm sure I'll hardly notice him.
I've just gotta ask him first. But I bet he'll say yes. He's already been talking about wanting to play games.
Really? From anyone else, that would be innocuous, but from him, it's a little worrisome. Has he seen some portent in his ego visions?
Aranea, you're not besmirching the good word, are you? Kurlos' visions are 100% correct. And 100% miraculous.
Right. Well, I'll just RSVP you for a tentative yes, then get back to me if once you've asked Kurlos.
Perfect.
Arcane Knowledge ceased trolling adorable Calico. Well, that was a mixed bag. Your little miff that you didn't get to ask any relationship questions. Stupid KG romance guru. No matter, there would be plenty of time to ask about that later. For now, you decide to focus on the success. 4 of the 12 slots are now full. Time to report back to Meenah. Arcane Knowledge started trolling cruel condescension.
You'll be pleased to know I've secured 2 players for our little game, Meenah.
Damn, that was quick, Cirque. Nice job.
All in a day's work. I'm sure I'll be able to secure some more when I know about the game we're all to be playing.
Yeah, you left before I can impart that particular knowledge to you, LMAO. It's, actually, I don't even know. I gotta ask Auntie.
What's Auntie?
Fuck if I know.
So, does this mean I've helped?
Yeah, sure.
I told you I wouldn't let you down, Meenah. I swear to you, I'll offer you all the help I can muster.
Okay. Who'd you get anyway? I was thinking Helmet Boy and Rad Girl since they're like gamers already.
I got Newland and Carlos.
Fuck. Cirque, come the fuck on. Them? Mew is a fucking forest hermit and Curly Q is a batshit acolyte mime. They're not gamers.
Oh,
Fucking A. I'm trying to stack this game with skilled players, not bozo clowns and jungle wackos.
not to worry, Meenah, my dear. I will secure more gameful members to our party. That was just my opening salvo. I'll identify some bigger, better players, I promise.
Okay, but let me talk to Tools and Tuna.
You got it.
And, don't call me dear?
Cruel condescension has ceased trolling arcane knowledge. Be Meenah. You failed to be Meenah. Meenah's trying to take a nap right now. How insensitive. Be Cankry. You are now Cankry, and you just saw your roommate's entire conversation from the doorway to her room. Your rage suddenly burns at being left out of something. Honestly, the nerve! Aranea didn't even think to ask you to join this game. Well, you're sure you'll be able to get in anyway. You cross your arms and sulk away to scheme. Be the Pink Moon Puppet Lady.
Oh, no need for that. I'm here of my own volition. You can drop the second-person narrative pretense. It's lovely to see you again. I thought I'd interject with a little bit more information, context for the readers. As I've said before, I am defined by the gaps in my knowledge, the holes punched in the very fabric of my omnipotence. One of the more prominent holes takes not the form of a mysterious game, but of an individual. The person in question and the game are, in fact, the only 2 holes remaining in my omnipotence, and I know that this game will be played by this individual of legend. Before Meenah enters the game with her associates, I wish to find out about this mystery man. From my research, I've discovered very little. He is shrouded in abject mystery, his deeds blind to me, his life a blank. Unlike the lives of all the other beforehans, all I've managed to glean is a name. He who stalks with the muscle beasts. I'm sure the narrative that follows will come to turn on the axis of this penultimate mystery, and for the sake of exposition, I will explain that this mythical figure, this locus of change, is why I, for the first time in my long life, will be descending from my moon onto the planet far below. I'll be trying to find this mystery man. Why am I telling you this? Oh, well, I just thought you might want to be apprised of my comings and goings. Or not. If not, it's fine. I won't be offended. Really, it's no big deal. I was just kind of excited and wanted to share it with someone. But it's absolutely fine. I just suppose... So then we were. No pressure. My bad. Anyway, yes. That's why I'll be on before us next time, that's all. I was going to have this whole section about how I got from the moon down to the planet and back. It's actually quite interesting, but I'll save it. You've probably got better things to do than hear an old lady yammer on.
Be Meenah. You decide to be Meenah, but later on, after her nap. Don't want to be rude after all. Consider developments. You figure it's time to draw a line in the sand. If Aranea is only going to recruit lamos to your game, maybe you can still salvage the situation. Maybe some kind of team system? On your team can be all the competent, cool players, and on her team, all the dorks and idiots. Yeah, you nod to yourself. That seems fair. Plus, it gives you an excuse to distance yourself from Aranea. You hate to do that to your homegirl, but Giga, she's clingy. You consider who next to recruit. Like you told Aranea, Tuna and Radgirl are all yours. That leaves 6 randos up for grabs. 3 for Aranea, 3 for you. Better choose wisely, and hope that you don't have to resort to taking anyone ridiculous. Like Mr. He Who Stalks with the Muscle Beasts. Ha! That would be a nightmare.
God. Oh, this story's fun.
That was good. I like JoJo's writing.
I do too.
All right.
Oh my god, the thing you left is a comment?
Yeah, just a
Yeah,
normal smiley face.
It's a horse face.
It's a long smiley face for my long snout.
It's a
You
long smiley face.
conveniently left out the goggles.
Can't be
Oh
too
my god.
can't be too subtle, or too
Uh-huh.
unsubtle, gotta sneak it in there.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my god.